Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. Today I wanted to talk a concept of investments in various fields. And with this concept originally I picked up in Intelligent Investor. The Intelligent Investor is a master Bible for those who want to learn investment, written by the master himself, Benjamin Graham. Benjamin Graham is the founder of the Value School of Investing, and he wrote a very detailed text called the Security Analysis. For those who did not understand security analysis or found it too difficult, he wrote a book called The Intelligent Investor. A certain Warren Buffett laid his hands on that book when he was 19 years old and decided that he had to study under the master. He went to Columbia, studied under the master, became his disciple, and finally outdid the master. So he recommends this book as a must read. In my Tamil channel, I did 10 chapters of that book till both people and me lost interest in it. But I wanted to pick up some concepts from that and talk about it today. Some basic concepts. What is an investment? An investment is something which gives you a margin of safety and promises an acceptable return over a period of time. This is how the master defines it. So basically, I am delaying my gratification on money which I have, and money is only buying power and lending it to you in the hope that I will get an acceptable return over a period of time. Now, between Benjamin Graham's time and today's time, that acceptable return has changed. In fact, the rate of return has gone up. Why did it go up? In Benjamin Graham's time, he died in 1978 until 15th August 1971. Throughout his investment career, currency was pegged to gold, and therefore you could not print your way out of trouble. In fact, the first major wave of inflationary spiral came at the very end of his investment career, by which time he had retired. So, in 1971, the third to currency even gold was cut formally by Nixon. So, the amount of money printed went up higher, inflation went out of control. So, the acceptable return in investments also had to go up. This is the secret sauce that you have to understand when you compare the era of the great Benjamin Graham with our era. Most of us fail to do so. What does Graham teach us? Graham teaches us there are two types of investors. One is a defensive investor, and the other is an enterprising investor. An enterprising investor is an aggressive investor. Normally, today, if you come across any financial planner, he will tell you it is depending on your age. One of the most ludicrous things I have seen is people telling you how much equity exposure you should have. They will deduct your age from 100 and say that only that percentage should be in equity. I am now going to be 55 next month, and if 100 minus 55 is 45, I should have 45% of my assets only in equity. Let me tell you, nearly 100% of my money is equity. So these rules don't work. So, how does the master define a defensive investor and an aggressive investor? It depends on a situation in life and nothing to do with age. Suppose if you are a young widow with two children to support, with a small pension and some money that your spouse has left, you are forced to be a defensive investor because you are not having a major source of income. You need to protect that capital till the time your children can support themselves. So, and this pension is inadequate to support you. So, even though you are young, you are a defensive investor. Similarly, your old lady who doesn't have her spouse but has considerable pension income and has in medical insurance and does not know what to do with that income has to be an aggressive investor and be aggressively investing in riskier assets like stocks so that her gaggle of grandchildren can benefit from her inheritance by stowing away money defensively she is not going to grow because she does not need most of the capital that she possesses. Anyway, is going to go in inheritance to her grandkids. So it makes sense to only invest aggressively. What I wanted to demonstrate to you is that it is your situation in life that matters and not your age. Most of us also make another mistake. We consider property investment to be safe. In fact, a friend of mine who went to an Ivy League school recently told me that investing in land is a safe haven. I could not control my laughter and mirth, but I had to keep quiet because if you consider land and real estate as safe haven, then the world wouldn't have seen the crisis it saw in 2008 when housing prices collapsed and houses were available for $1 or two, provided you are willing to take some amount of debt. So there is nothing called an asset which is a safe haven. Even gold is not a safe haven. Gold depends only on the how much dollar is being printed, since gold by itself has no intrinsic value. Therefore, if a conservative government in power decides to clamp down on dollar printing and be honest, then the value of gold will plummet. Therefore, to assume that any asset class is a safe haven is stupidity. So, a defensive investor is a person who needs regular income from his assets, and that should be in an acceptable level. The aggressive investor is a person who does not require regular income from his capital. Therefore, he can afford to allow his income to grow without taking capital. An investment in Berkshire Hathaway is an aggressive income because Uncle Warren never pays you a dime in dividend. The only money you make is by only allowing him to appreciate the capital. When you need the money, you will have to sell out. That is aggressive investing. So, a bond is an example of a defensive investing because you get an assured return within at regular intervals of time. Whether you are an aggressive or defensive investor depends on your position and circumstance in life. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this video, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. If you like this content, kindly share it with your friends and relatives. Once again, I thank you for supporting Be Rich. I have written two books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.